Hey everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So, summer is upon us, and it's in the 80s, and it's already getting hot. And if I turn the air conditioner on, it's too loud. If I leave it off, we sweat. We also have grass, people cutting grass, and whether you can hear it, I don't know. I'm praying you don't. But we're going to ignore all the makeup because it just is not working for me, and we're going to concentrate on this particular palette, which is the Fantascene palette. Yeah, Fantascene by Marc Jacobs. It's 790. Fantascene is what it's called, I guess. I'm assuming it's the white one. It looks like this. Very pretty. I feel like this is very summery, also, in a way, because of that bronze, but we'll play. It could be summery, I suppose. Um, these eyeshadow palettes, I'm loving, but I'm also like mentally taking note of them because they're reminding me of something. And I mean, obviously the color stories are going to remind you of a lot of things, but the formula is what I'm talking about, and I can't quite put my finger on it, but I'm going to. The other thing I tried out was this lovely Viseart palette here. I've seen somebody talk about it. Quite pricey, 80 bucks. I mean, you do get a good bit of color and form and, variety out of it. And from what I see, I would definitely use this one, this one, this one, this one. The two darker shades in the palette, I'm not so sure about. We shall see, maybe with a light hand, although I don't have a light hand. Well, we shall see. Again, not a makeup artist, so it could be bad. But I just wanted to try it out because I really do like Viseart's eyeshadows. So I did try out it, but when I purchased mine on Beautylish and I got a free bronzer with it, I don't know where I put it. I'm wearing the bronzer today. Oh, here it is. It's by Viseart also. Not as quite as pricey as that though. It looks like this. It looks like it's bronze Noix. I don't know French. Took it, don't remember anything. So we shall see about it. I do like it so far. That one is more. It's neutral leaning yellow, I would say, on my skin tone. But I feel like I have a yellow skin tone. Would that be warm, right? Yeah. I don't know. But anywho, let's get started. All right, the first shade we are going to go into is Fantasy. Let's get rid of that, which is this one right here. I don't know. I'm liking these palettes just because they're just so easy to use. And a lot of palettes are easy to use. Let's get real, right? ColourPop, all of them, they're easy to use. If for the most part, if you get a 6-pan palette, or a 5-pan or a 4-pan, you're not going to. It's not, There's only so much you could do. And I feel like that's where I'm in like the 6 to 9 pan palette type of range. Any more than that, I could really, get myself in trouble because I just start piling on different shadows and not knowing what I'm doing and trying to use more than I need and blah, blah, blah. So this, format fits me well. I love the packaging. I think it is so sleek, so pretty. And even like this one is white. I like it. I do think I prefer the all black personally, but I do feel like they're all cute no matter how you go at the same time. But and they're good for traveling too. But anyway, as I was saying, you can't get them anymore. However, someone informed me that you may be able to get them off of Macari. So if that's the case, I mean, as long as it's not like pricey, it might, they're still working. Like, I don't know how long people would have had theirs, but I'm gonna tell you, I've had mine since like some of them have released, and they're still performing really good. So I'm really happy with the way they've held so far. But I also take very good care of mine. I don't leave mine in direct sunlight. I keep them nice and sealed, all that good stuff. The next shade we're going to go into is Four More, which is this darker shade right here. So I really, am glad I've been using these. Just because, granted, these videos are long, so it does seem like it takes me a long time to do my makeup, which it does. I'm not gonna lie. It takes me a long time because I'm not a makeup artist. But I will say with these palettes, it doesn't take me nearly as long because the shadows just do the work for you for the most part, and I could edit out a lot of stuff. I know that. But by doing that, then you really don't see how long it takes or if it is any good, because you don't know what I'm doing if I'm editing, I get you're going on trust, and for the most part, I'm sure you can trust people. I've been told you can't. But I tend to. Of course, I tend to get in trouble for doing that. But I figured this way, you're seeing it with your own eyes, and you can decide. Because what's easy for me may not be easy for you. And what's hard for me may not be hard for you. So I'd rather you just see it than take my word on something, Because I don't know what everybody likes. But if you're seeing it in action, then you would know. At least that's my thought process behind it. Whether it's a good thought process, I couldn't tell you. My thought processes have issues. Yeah. Sometimes I have a lot of issues, so. Alright. Now we're going to take that same shade, that 4 more, and we're going to run it under the lower lash line. I use the Makeup Geek in my waterline in, no, I don't even know what the color was now. The cream, the nude. How do I lose stuff? I sharpened it. I know what I done. And now I don't know where I put it, though. But it's the Makeup Geek one. I think it's called nude. It could be cream. But we're just going to run this one right under the lower lash line. Blend it out. Like, I kind of put that on there pretty dark, and it just blended out nicely. Now we're going to go into On the Dance Floor, which is this color right here. And we're going to pop it on the lid. And this is an interesting color. I'm not going to lie. I find it interesting anyway. It's like I don't know what it's like, to be honest. Like a pinky, peachy, coral. I don't know. It is different, though. It's a different kind of shade altogether, but I like it. I think I like it because it is different, to be honest. And then I decided I was going to, after putting that on, I put on this shade, Meet Ya. Now this one's one of them chunky shades that I was talking about before, that can get everywhere, so you may want to spray it or use a glitter glue. But it's this one right here. I don't remember if these were chunky once upon a time or if it's just due to age. I really don't. But it works nonetheless if you just pat or use a glitter glue. And I'm just going to put that on the outer portion here to mix in with this color. And it is like a bronzy color almost. But it looks really pretty mixed in with the previous color I laid down. Okay, go back into that first shade, or the On the Dance Floor. But they mix well together, I will say that. And it's interesting the color it comes out to be honest. And sometimes it's fun just mixing your own shades, you know? Generally, not really for me because I'll mess it up. But in theory, sure. Now we're going to go into Flesh, which is a good name for this color. It's like a cream color. And I'm going to pop that in my inner corner here. If I can get that out of there. There we go. And it really is just like a fleshy color, to be honest with you. It's not gonna, it's just gonna barely brighten if you're my skin tone. And it's a matte. But I'm trying to make this palette an all-in-one. Again, I would have used my highlighter because I don't have any problem doing that. But for the sake of the palette, I'm just going to use the palette. We're going to ignore my fingernails because I did not have time to do them. I haven't had time to do nothing. I've been helping my fiance a lot. And then, of course, just doing household chores and the kids and everything like that. Like, I haven't had time to really do much of anything. And I'm trying to do stuff, you know, so that I can get ahead a little bit for when I'm helping my older son. So I'm trying to do that, but yet still trying to do this and then trying to help my fiance, and it's becoming something else altogether. I'm going to put on the Marc Jacobs mascara. I found my bigger one. Did I? And I do not recommend using mascaras past like 3 months, I believe is what it is, or whatever the shelf life is. And here's the thing I've noticed. I don't really care for the bigger one. Okay? I was curious on this because I heard somebody else talking about it. They do the minis different than the big ones, or the big ones different than the minis sometimes, you know. Depends, like sometimes you might like the mini and then you go to get the big one and it's not the same form. It doesn't feel like it's the same, right? Or vice versa. So I wanted to see if that was true for this. And I don't know, but what I will say is that this is what this one looks like, right? And I think that the littler one does better than the bigger one, which I find odd. So I don't know. We're going to put the Lancome on the bottom. But yeah, I actually like the travel size, or this, whatever that one is, compared to the bigger one. And I still have a travel size that I have not opened yet, which is amazing. But yeah, so all in all, this look, you know, using these palettes aren't going to take you that long at all. You guys are, the camera's really far away today. Anyway, but I just don't think that this mascara is the same as this. I really don't. And I don't understand why or anything. And like I was sitting here earlier, like just looking at the brushes. And I don't even think the brushes are the same, to be honest. Which I'm really like intrigued by. Because the littler brush, well, maybe. It just looks so much bigger. But it could just be your eye because, or my eye deceiving me due to the fact that it's smaller, so it's going to, like the tip of it, like this part is small. So the brush just looks so big when really they're the same. Now that I'm looking at, I was looking at them both, but I don't know. I just feel like this one does more right off the gate. But regardless, you can't get any more anyway, so I'm just using them up. But it is an interesting theory to think about. Just with mascaras, you can still get the, you know, in mini or bigger size. Okay. So that's all I did for today's look. I really am enjoying using this brand again. I really am. And again, this is the Fantascene palette, $7.90. I wouldn't say this is my favorite palette. I need to rank these after I do this, I think. I wouldn't say this is my favorite palette by no means, but it is a very pretty palette nonetheless. And I did enjoy playing with it. And I could see where I would get use out of it. But again, not my favorite from the brand, but still pretty. So really, it's just, you know, wherever you like. I would say that I would definitely use this palette, and I would use them all, to be honest. And that's interesting. Maybe I should try to, like, pan one of these, like, every year or something. It'd take me a year to do it, probably. I don't know. The pans are small, though. I mean, they're a good size for, you know, the palette and stuff, but I don't know. It's, I really miss this brand, though. But that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all there, notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.